Hello and welcome to another video. Thank you for joining me. In this one, we're going to be talking about the German tank, the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV was an armored fighting vehicle that was designed in the 1930s and was used during the Second World War by Germany and some other countries as well. And it was actually one of the most widely used German tanks during the war. Over 8,000 were built in various versions. As I always like to do, we'll start with some quick specs. So the length was 6.69 meters. So that's around 22 feet. The width was 2.46 meters or 8 feet. The vehicle had a maximum road speed of around 45 kilometers per hour, which is around 28 miles per hour. It had a cruising range of 130 kilometers, so around 80 miles. And the fuel consumption was around 220 liters per 100 kilometers, which is around 135 US gallons per 100 miles. And that was actually one of the drawbacks of the Panther IV, together with the fact that it had very poor off-road capabilities. Height was 2.83 meters, just under 9.5 feet. The sides were around 50 millimeters thick, and the front was around 80 millimeters thick. As I said before, there was a large number of these vehicles produced. The weight was around 28 tons. The armor, the frontal armor, was around 80 to 160 millimeters of steel, which is around 3 to 6 inches. And the side armor was between 50 and 80 millimeters, or 2 to 3 inches. And the vehicle had a very powerful 7.5 centimeters KWKL-70 gun, which had a very good reputation among the German tankers. The vehicle was designed in the early 1930s and entered service in 1938. It had a very long production run, around 10 years, and was produced until late 1945. There were many different versions of the Panther IV. The vehicle had a fully traversable turret, which means that it could shoot in all directions. And it also came with a very good anti-tank round. But the 75 millimeters was not the only weapon on board. There was also a machine gun, a 7.92 milligrams in the hull, which was actually designed to repel infantry attacks because the original idea behind the Panther IV was to have it as an infantry support tank, so it needed some sort of a weapon to defend itself against infantry. This was also added to the later versions of the tank, such as the Jag Panther, which was actually a tank destroyer. And we will talk about that in just a second. And had a very good reputation among the crews due to its reliability, ease of maintenance, and also its firepower. And one of the interesting facts about this tank was that it was originally designed as an infantry tank, but later evolved into a tank destroyer. It saw combat in most of the theaters of war, including, of course, the invasion of Poland, the attack on the Soviet Union, North Africa, and also Western Europe. The main armament was that 75 millimeters KWK gun, which was capable of penetrating up to 180 millimeters of armor at 30 degrees, which is around 7 inches. The power plant consisted of a V10 petro engine, which was manufactured by Daimler-Benz, and the engine was air-cooled. There were several versions of the tank, but the main production was the AUSFJ, which had the thinnest armor. After the German defeated Kasserine Pass in Tunisia, the German High Command decided to use the Panzer IV as an anti-tank platform, and that's how the Jag Panzer IV, or the Tank Destroyer IV, was born. It was actually a very good tank destroyer, since it was based on a reliable chassis and had a very powerful gun. It came in several versions as well. The main armament was either a 75 millimeters or 105 millimeters gun, both of which were capable of destroying most of the enemy tanks. All right, guys, that's it for now. That was just a short overview of the Panzer IV. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up button, and also consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. I would really appreciate that. And I would also like to thank all of my supporters. Thank you for your support. You guys are awesome. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.